I've got a frame set up and we're going to make the core that we're going to wrap the feathers on. So it's a pretty simple frame, just a 2x4 and a 2x4, a couple of 1x4s, and what I've done is set it up so I got some distance here that I can tell how easy to measure. I've got enough distance to get at least 16 inches of core wrapped on these. And the piano wires themselves, we've taken them and we've attached them at the bottom here and then strung them up to the top and wrapped them up there. And then we have these turnbuckles that we can use to do the final tightening. You don't want it too tight, but you want it tight. And one thing that does is it allows you to tune them so that you get them just about the same tension. There we go. So that they have the same tension, and when you wrap, you want to have the wrap on it the same tension too. You don't want to have some tight and some loose because it'll cause it to go crooked with some curves in it, and you don't want that. What we're going to be using here is Plyo-Bond, and this is a glue that is pretty good glue, and then it dries and remains flexible. It doesn't harden and crack on you. It'll stay strong, but doesn't break. It'll give with the material. We're going to use our stick that we have from Starbucks or Java Hut or wherever, and I'm using a waxed string that I got at the bead store. And one reason I like the waxed string is it kind of holds itself onto the piano. So what I'll normally do, this one's already been started up here and we're about down here, and what I'll normally do is put a little bit of glue onto the wire and let it drip down, and the glue will just kind of help hold the string onto the wire. So then it's just a matter of wrapping it. Every so often you'd stop and just kind of pull up a little bit, make sure it's nice and tight. Try and maintain that same amount of tension on the string as you go around. Well, we're almost at the bottom here, and we're going to tie it off. And to tie it off, all I use is half hitches. Go down and catch that little piece of glue there. Okay, and the half hitch, of course, is just around and underneath. I'll just put 3 of those in there, pull it tight, and then we'll cut the string. Well, we have the core wrapped now, the piano wire wrapped with the string all the way from the top to the bottoms. It's roughly 18 inches, 20 inches, something like that. So I've got plenty of core to work with to get my 16, 17, 18 inches out of it. And what I do at this point is I'll just put a little bit of glue on the outside of the string here, and it just kind of holds everything together, and when you put the feathers on it, it helps to hold the feathers onto the string a little bit. So we'll start up at the top and just let the glue drip down, come Come to the other side and do the same thing. And then that stick from Starbucks or wherever, we get that and we spread that glue around so that it's a fairly even coat on the core. Okay, and there's one completed core, and we'll just leave it here strung up until the glue dries. And like I say, the glue will dry, but it won't harden. It'll still be flexible, which is what makes it so nice for these kind of feathers. Well, we have one that we just finished. I just wanted to show you, this is one I'd made up previously. And all you really are doing when you're pulling them off is you can just snip them with wire cutters at the top and at the bottom. And this one here is plenty long, and it's ready to have feathers tied onto it. And we have it a little longer than it needs to be, which is better than having it too short. So what we're going to do now is start this second one. And in order to do that, basically I just make a loop. Any way you want to tie it on there is fine, but just put a loop on there, stick it on the eye, and then we can start. I'll trim off the excess string here. Important to cut the one that you don't want. Now we need a couple of half hitches up here at the top. I'll put 3 of them in. There we go. Okay, and now we're ready to start wrapping. Put just a little bit of glue on the wire itself, and we'll wrap it down just like we did the first one.